one you need with strong credit, which one you need with bad credit. Best for fleet. What loans are best for fleets? Best for expedited processing. Best overall. Best for small semi trucks from a standard bank. I told y'all that I'm going to start doing this thing, and I'm going to present value. Value. I'm going to present you with value. Things that actually affect change in your life and in your business when it comes down to it, where the rubber meets the road, as the old man say. Now, in needing that, you are going to be faced with things where you're going to have to do your actions. Your actions are going to have to follow after listening to it. As I'm going to go ahead and steal something from Dean here. The greatest selling book of all time says that prayer without action is mute. You saying you want a better business and all that stuff, and why y'all don't talk about? We're about to do that now. We're gonna listen, and I don't come on here by myself because I needed the guru pitka of finance to back me on this. Why? Because I am forever a student. I'm a student. So you're not gonna hear me over talking Dean. Well, Dean, really, you need to watch out. I'm not gonna be doing none of that. He's the man. You said you wanted him here every Tuesday, and he stopped his how can I say his life without sounding like I'm hating, his Hefner-esque life. And if you understand the because I watched that first episode, Dean, and it was good. Yeah, so it was very, very good. I was surprised when the old girl cheated on him. I was like, oh no, she didn't. Okay, but it's a whole nother situation. But his Hefner-esque life to stop and speak. You will need to get your questions together. The price to buy out the room is $350. If you just want the whole public to call in, it's going to get down. I also have quarantined certain people I'm going to let speak to Dean after me and him do our speech, so you don't get the same person asking the same question. New blood, new blood, new blood, new blood. If you're on my IG and you want to speak to Dean, you inbox me on the IG. I'll tell you how I can get you the link. The best commercial truck loans of 2021. You are at the channel that's going to better your business life, personal life, spirituality, the whole freaking nine. Another disclaimer, no cussing. I can forgive a mistake, but 2 times I'm going to kick you out. There's no room for cuss words in here. None. Now let's go and start the re-education. And this is only for the nation, period. Big money.
What's going on, TV? Can you hear me okay? I had you on mute so that way it didn't get no feedback.
No, yeah, we're good. We're good. Everything's good. Man, I'm not going to be talking too much. I'm going to let you do your thing, man. I'm going to let you do your thing. Quick question. I see you got the black situation ensemble going on.
Oh yeah, got the all black on today. Yeah.
And you switch to the gold because the gold clashes. The contrast is good. I see what you're doing over there. I see how you're doing it. No hate. I'm just pointing out that I seen that you put thought into your presentation, and that's something I do. I got to work on because you know me. I just slapped a Walmart shirt on to hit live.
I know, right? You just throw it on and just keep it moving.
Like dang, edged up and everything before you got on it.
You know, I got it, bro. You got to listen. You got to take care of yourself, man. Listen, I did a vlog. I'm dropping a vlog on my channel. It's tonight. I tried to take care of yourself, man. Listen, I did a vlog.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, okay. I tried to do it before we went live, but it was from this weekend, and my chef had called out, and I ended up having to be the head chef for 4th of July weekend. Okay. So I decided to vlog the whole thing, and it was crazy, and I was looking rough. And I was looking at the video, and I was like, man, I look horrible, man. So I was like, I got to get myself together. I can't be out here like, you know, I got to have that Playboy lifestyle, that Hefner-esque, that Esquire lifestyle, you dig? I got to live my red pill truth, you dig?
Right. You need to coin that Hefner-esque word. Everybody going to be using it. You know,
especially once they gonna start, especially when they find out where we watch it from. But bro, I told you it's off. Did I tell you that it was that show that was off the chain, bro?
I thought I thought Millie was gonna say that I'm pregnant.
I thought she was gonna say I'm pregnant too. But when she said I cheated, I was like, yo.
Wasn't expecting that. Listen, y'all want to see this? It's the Playboy docu-series about Hugh Hefner has come out. It's actually like Dean told me, it is, if you're an entrepreneur or you're doing a small business, all it is motivation for small business.
Yeah, all it is motivation, man. Because it don't have nothing to do with pornography. It don't have nothing to do with the magazine. It has all to do with the building of his brand and brand building. That's what the whole entire show is about. So speaking of that, if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is E. Dean Cole, and I own Dean Cole Coaching. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, business credit development. I also own the number one restaurant and lounge in Puerto Plata. I apologize. I live in the Dominican Republic, and I own Atlanta Lights, which is the number one restaurant and lounge in Puerto Plata. And I also own CEO Cigars. So there are three businesses that I currently do work in every single day, which is my Dean Cole Financial, which is my consulting business, my restaurant and lounge, and my CEO Cigars. And I have a new vlog coming from a gorgeous, beautiful Dominican. This girl she probably the prettiest Dominican girl I've never seen. She loved to smoke, so she said that she's gonna do a review for me for my cigars. So the last review I did, the one that I had with the Moreno, with the dark skinned chick with the Afro Latina, her boyfriend had a problem with it, so I had to take it down. You believe that BS, man?
Listen, everybody ain't about getting their money together, Dean.
That's crazy. I'm like, man, I was like, you're modeling. I said, what's all you're doing is modeling. And I said, but it's all the other stuff. Her boyfriend was causing problems with her boyfriend. But anyway.
Well, you piss husbands and boyfriends off, Dean. It's just one of them things.
Unfortunately so. So that's what I told her. I was like, look, make sure your boyfriend know, before I get to doing this, because I ain't taking it down, this business. You ain't gonna mess up my algorithm.
Exactly, which is why we are not cussing today, and we're speaking on something that has track, which is the article from Investopedia. I think I said it right. Did I say it right? Yeah. Investopedia. Best commercial truck loans, financial for your next truck purchase. The best commercial truck loan operates like equipment financing loans, allowing a small business owner to finance vehicles and preserve cash flow. The truck you finance serves as a collateral for the loan. Now, did you read this article? I sent it to you.
Yeah, the one that you sent me actually was, hold on, let me check how we sounding on the back end. There we go. There we go. Boom. Okay, we got 62 people watching right now. And we only got 19 thumbs up. The rest of you guys hit that thumbs up button right now. I'm always looking at the analytics. But yeah, I actually I was looking at the article that you sent me about Small Business Corp when it was talking about small business loans, how Small Business Corp is actually about to give out $1 billion in relief loans for the trucking industry specifically. And so I was looking at that, doing some research on that, seeing how that flows. And but yeah, it's an exciting time. It's really cool. It's really good. This is the reason why business structure is so important for situations like this, because if you are a company driver and you went from driving company and now you're an independent contractor and all you did was get a DBA or doing business as, or all you did was get an EIN number and a business account and saying you're in business, you wouldn't be able to qualify for these type of loans. And that's why I come in and why I help people and I teach them step by step on how they're able to structure their business, because business structure. So business loans are good, right? So like in my online courses, all of my online courses, they have a guarantee. You guarantee $20,000 in funding if you do it yourself. If you hire us to do it, you guarantee $50,000 in funding. But they all have a guarantee for the funding. But that's just an after effect. The main thing is the fact that now you have a legitimate business. You know what I'm saying? You have a legitimate, concrete, hardcore, real deal business that you're able to take to banks and take to lenders and get different programs like this. I've had so many clients say, Dean, if it wasn't for you and my business structure, I wouldn't have gotten got that loan. So, so in my online courses that I have, where even if it's you don't hire me and hire us, but you go through our startup coaching, which is where you go through it yourself, you're still going to learn step by step how to structure your business, because everybody can't afford to hire a coach full time. And that's the reason why I created the startup coaching, because it's to help people on a budget. It's only $99 a month. People can afford $99. And so if you're serious, especially if you're serious about your business, you'll definitely do so. And did you get to the point where Hugh Hefner got the money to start Playboy yet?
Yeah, he got $2,000 from his buddy, $1,000 from his mom. He was getting $5, $300.
Yeah, he was pulling money together, pulling resources together. Unfortunately, in the African American community, in the blue collar community, I won't say African American community.
We'll start saying blue collar. Blue collar.
We'll say blue collar, yeah, because there are people that are Latino that are blue collar, people that are Caucasian that are blue collar, people that are Asian that are blue collar. But in the blue collar community, a lot of times you don't have people that have those type of resources, and you got to build it up yourself. And one of the best ways to do it is through working capital and small business loans. And so that's how you're able to do it. So that's how the structure is set up, so that you're able to do what Hefner couldn't do. Go to your friends, and he end up getting $6,000. And that $6,000,
a lot of money.
It was a lot of money back then. $6,000. We talking about in not even the 30s, the 40s.
No, he did it. He was in college during the 40s. This is around the 50s.
Around the 50s, yeah, around the 50s. So imagine that. So $6,000 is equivalent to, which will be equivalent to, probably, because hamburgers were 25 cents back then. Jeez. So let's see. Matter of fact, let's look at inflation and be specific.
Well, he said that to start, I think it was Times took $86,000 at the time he started, and that was considered to be $1.3 million.
1.3 million, 86, yeah.
Right. That's
so roughly close to around $300,000 equivalent if you compare apples to apples.
Right.
The type of money that was. You dig? So matter of fact, hamburgers were at 8 cents back then. 8 cents. 8 cents. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you think a loaf of bread was 20 cents probably.
Yeah. Let's see how much how much was a loaf of bread in 1950? 1950. Let's find out.
You have the ability to
find out. It was 12 cents. A loaf of bread was 12 cents.
That's nuts.
Yep. A loaf of bread was 12 cents in 1950. And he accumulated $6,000 US.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money back then.
And it still wasn't enough to do what he needed to do.
It still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough to do what he needed to do. So yeah.
And the fact that he started it from his kitchen table.
Yep. What most businesses start. Like everybody can't, have their offices and be in offices, but it's okay though. You're gonna get there. If you get down and you stay down and you grind, you'll be able to build and get to that point. But when I started my consulting firm, I started from my kitchen table. Matter of fact, go to my Facebook page. Go to my Facebook page and you go to my old YouTube channel. You'll see me on my diet. I was a lot lighter, a lot skinnier, a lot smaller in the face.
Yeah. I mean, there was an old video me and you did. You brought a baby girl with you. I was at the embassy.
Yeah,
you looking like a young Thundercat.
Looking super young. Oh, looking super young.
6 years ago.
That was 6 years ago, bro.
That was 6 years ago. Now, the biggest question most of these people are going to eventually have is usually they're going to go try to get a truck through the actual mega carrier. When people start talking about how to get their own loan, it's because they kind of want to go independent. Now, they're saying that, and you can refute this if you want in the article, the best commercial truck loans of 2021 was Uprise Capital, Standard Bank, US Bank, and Wells Fargo. I personally don't like to play around with Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
they're a little creepy with their business practices, but you can tell me. And there's something called commercial fleet financing. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so we use commercial fleet financing a lot. We use We use that a lot. Commercial fleet financing is one of the biggest hacks, for entrepreneurs in the transportation niche. Or you can use transportation, meaning a corporate car, a corporate vehicle, a corporate plane. I told you I'm buying a plane next year, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm buying a plane. It's nothing made, nothing too fancy. Though y'all don't get your panties in a bunch. It's a 8-person plane. It's just enough for me to be able to fly around the island, fly back and forth from the U.S. as much as I want to. It's not a jet. It's a twin prop. But don't everybody don't get your panties in a bunch.
I thought you said it. I thought P. Diddy. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what people think. People think when you say get your own plane, they're getting a 747. Now I'm not getting one of them. This is an 8-seat plane. This is not no shit. But anyway, so if you're able to use that commercial, like Uber, oh my gosh, Uber, Grubhub,
right?
All of these people that want these different type of transportation businesses, commercial fleet financing is a hack that we use in as business coaches to help people get funding and loans, because commercial fleet financing is considered alternative financing. So let me break it down a little bit, right? So when you have mentioned, so in the article talks about how Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, who else? Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank,
Uprise Capital, Standard Bank, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo.
Yeah. So these guys, out of those first major rung, they are considered A1 cream of the crop, top tier lending. So if you want to go to them, you're going to need to have at least 2 years already in business. So you're not getting a startup loan with them, right? Because in order to start a business to get funding like Hugh Hefner did, he ain't sold not one magazine, and he needed to get working capital to start it up. So that means that he couldn't go to the banks. Matter of fact, if you watch the show, a lot of them turned him down. Remember how a lot of them turned him down? And then it didn't have it wasn't as much, I would think. It's not as much to do with the fact that it was what his magazine was about, because they already had Esquire magazine back then that had the pinup girl in it, and there were already sunbathing magazines back then that already had full-fledged nudity. But it was the fact that he was a brand new startup and he didn't have any track record. So what happens is that when you go to these big banks like SBA, not SBA, well, we're gonna talk about an SBA loan. You go to U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, you go to these top tier lenders, they're going to need you to be in business for at least 2 years, and you need to have at least 2 years tax return, and you're going to want to genuinely show that you're making a profit after you pay all of your bills of anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000. That's like the underwriting criteria and guideline to get those loans. But we help people get them all the time. But you're able to, hold on, was that me or you?
That was me.
Okay, that was you. Okay, I was like, oh, one of my cameras went out. But matter of fact, let me go and make sure I can see myself.
I can see you.
You can see me? Okay. But we help people build up to that as well. So like if you're trying to build up to that, what you would need to do is something like a commercial fleet finance. Commercial fleet finance, you can get equipment. It's considered equipment loan. So it has to be for equipment. It has to be specifically for, with the commercial fleet, it's for when you have a fleet of vehicles or a fleet of trucks or a fleet of planes or a fleet of tractors. So what you're doing with commercial fleet financing is only used specifically for the purposes of getting equipment for transportation purposes. So you can't use it to get a desk. Like you can use alternative finance to get desk, get computers. You can actually use finances to get watches. You can use business funding to get clothes. Anything that it takes to run a business, you get business funding to make signs. Anything that you could use to run your business, you can get business funding for. All right. However, when you get niche specific, it becomes a lot easier because they're like, okay, if you're getting a line of credit, you're getting a line of credit specifically for this truck or specifically for this car, or specifically for this plane, or specifically for this reefer trailer, or specifically for this step deck, or this low boy. You dig? So what happens is that when you get equipment financing, it's for that specific reason. And when you do that, the underwriting criteria is a lot less strict. So with that, all you need to do is be in business from 3 to 6 months. Meaning, what I mean in business, I mean registered with the Secretary of State as either an LLC, INC, S Corp, or C Corp. And if you have done that for at least 3 months, and you have an 80 paydex score, it only takes you 2 months to build up to an 80 paydex score. You have an 80 paydex score, and you've been in business for 3 to 6 months, and you're able to put a down payment down. If you don't use any business credit at all, I mean, if you don't use any personal credit at all, you would have to put down around 10%. So let's do the math. So let's say, for instance, a tractor, a good used reliable freight shaker was what, 50,000 or 60,000? What are we looking at?
45 to $60,000.
45 to 60. So let's split it in the middle and say it's 50,000.
Okay.
So with $5,000 down, you're now able to get an equipment loan in your business name that reports directly to the Dun & Bradstreet Experian business, that does not affect your personal credit at all once you've been in business for at least 3 months. So that's what commercial financing does. Now, if you want to use your personal credit, you can use your personal credit and you can do it with no money down. And then also you can do multiple pieces of equipment at one time. Instead of just one, you can get 3, you can get 4. Those different things like that. So depending on what your goal is, so that's a hack that a lot of us use for business coaches and loan officers, that we use when someone is specifically in the trucking industry. But we help, but the key is, okay, how do I get to that point? That's why you need to have a game plan to sit with a business coach or a mentor that's going to walk you step by step to show you how you're going to survive the vicissitudes of running your business for the first 6 months and then for the first 2 years. Because after you hit that 24-month mark, the sky's the limit. But then there's still also other credit unions that, now I'm just talking about the people that we mentioned on that list. Right. There's other banks and credit unions that will give you $50,000, $75,000 when you're at the 6 to 9 month mark. When you're at the 6 to 9 month mark, and the reason how come it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months is because the banking system operates in a quarterly system, just like basketball. How you have first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Like, if you ever know, like when you watch the game, you know or not watch the game, if you ever look at the news reports that talk about quarterly systems, or like these quarter projections, because that's how the banking world operates in the quarterly system. So I saw some questions. I saw a lot of. I don't want to do too much talking.
The main question, someone, Official Willis says, "Do you know about Navy Federal business loans?"
Yes, that's one of the lenders that I was just mentioning that would give you anywhere from 75 to 100,000, 6 to 9 months in. Yep.
Okay, and Navy Federal business loan. I got another question here. Where was it at? Another question here. Where was I at? But I have my own questions too. So once they have everything pinned down, is this one of those situations where they need to already have the truck picked out, or they're just going to give them a flat out loan?
That's a really, really good question. Very good question. So depending on how strong your profile is, right? So if you do, so this is the first thing. I got to say this for brand new people who've never heard me before, never seen me before. I'm going to say something that's very important, and I want the audience to interact with me. And I want them to say that, even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection with this. And I want you to talk to us, because I come back and I interacted with the comments, even as if you're watching me live or watching us live. Business credit and personal credit are two separate things. Business credit is 100% separate from personal credit. If you knew that, I want you to say knew that. If you didn't know that, I want you to say didn't know. If you disagree with me, I want you to give me 3 caps, like you capping, blue caps. All right. and then also call in and we can talk about it.
Right.
But business credit and personal credit are two separate things. They're separate industries. Most people, they don't know this, so they instantly go into business using their personal credit. They never build business credit, or they intertwine their business and their personal credit. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you have a game plan and you have a plan of action. Let me give you an example. The reason why it's important for you to know that, like for instance, our favorite blue collar celebrity that's trending everywhere is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the brand, filed bankruptcy almost 8 times, but Donald Trump, the person, never filed bankruptcy because business credit is separate from personal credit. All right. So before I answer your question, let me get the audience engagement and let's see who said they knew that and didn't know that. Okay. All right. So the first person that said that they knew that was Jay Auden, said that he knew that. Okay. Ryan said that he didn't know that. All right. Official Willis said they knew that. All right. So Brock the blog, is that no Brooke O the Dodge said I did not know that. Corey said they knew that. All right. Johnny Walton said did not know that. Gary Brown said you knew that. Okay, thank you for participating. Okay, like I said, even if you're not watching us live, I want you to participate in the comments as if you are watching live, because I come back and we interact with you guys. So that being said, you asked the question, is this a situation where they need to already have the truck picked out, or they're just going to get a flat out
loan you can spend on
a loan flat out, they can spend on anything. So with traditional commercial equipment financing, they ask us when you fill out your application, you need a VIN number to go on your application, because the make, now this is key. This is jewels. Nobody's gonna tell you. I can't believe I'm telling you this. I'm giving you, listen, y'all better subscribe to Trucker Brown's YouTube channel, and y'all make sure y'all get his Patreon, because I do not teach this stuff for free. I'm teaching it for free. I'm in my teacher mode, so now y'all can get anything out of me. I'm teaching. So the make, the model, the make, model, and mileage is a huge factor when it comes to getting approved. 100% approval, one-time submission. If you get a make, meaning that you get something like a Freightliner, or you get something like a Landstar, or you get something like a Peterbilt. Unfortunately, TB, Volvos are not one of them. Okay, Volvos are not one of them. But if you're looking at like a Freightliner, a Landstar, or you're looking at a Peterbilt, a Pete, just for example, those are the ones that normally go through underwriting because of the durability of them, and these are considered typical freight or fleet equipment, specifically for the trucking industry. So now let's take a pause for trucking and let's go with something like local. If you are looking at a Dodge, or you're looking at a Ford, or you're looking at a Toyota, Dodge, Ford, and Toyota. Dodge, number one, are the easiest when it comes to getting company vehicles and or getting equipment for your what's the name of them things? Hot shots. What I mean by hot shots is like
F-350s.
F-350s, dualies, and also box trucks as well. So some Dodge box trucks, those type of things, those type of pieces of equipment, those are good. So the make, then the second thing is the mileage. So depending on when you fill out that form, when we fill out the application, they ask, are you OTR, are you regional, or are you local? So the reality is, now, like I said, I'm teaching, right? Mm-hmm. I would never, ever, ever, ever encourage you to lie or say a false truth on a banking form. That is considered fraud. At the same time, hear me clearly. If you use the equipment for regional, And local use, it can get an automatic approval without an underwriter looking at it.
Mm.
Regional use and local use get automatic approvals. Whenever you put OTR on the form, that means that you have to go through a manual underwrite process. It doesn't mean that you're automatically denied. It just means that an underwriter is going to look at it even more. So now, what if I applied for a company? Let's say I applied for a company, let's say call it Smith Transport. Smith Transport, they have regional, local, and they have OTR, regional, and local contracts available. Now, if I'm contracted underneath, just say Smith Transport, technically I can be applying for a regional route. Now, after I get my equipment, if I want to go to OTR, legally I have the right to do so. If you guys get what I'm saying, everything understood doesn't need to be said. Y'all got it? So that being said, it's the make, is the mileage, and the VIN number. Yeah, so it's the make, the mileage, and the VIN number. So when you have in your VIN number, that we look at the make and the mileage, so that the underwriters look to see that anything that's under a million and under, automatic approvals, a million and higher, manual underwriting. So you want to set your file up to where you fill out everything on a piece of paper, hit submit, and boom, you get approved. So these type of vehicles, these type of pieces of equipment, you want to look for reputable dealers that they're either new or used. Keep in mind the make, the mileage, the VIN number, the make, the mileage of the equipment, so that they're able to get instant approvals. That's if you do 100% business credit, no personal guarantee. Now, on the flip side, if you go through somebody like a Navy Federal or another credit union, there's about 8 credit unions out there, and I'm not going to name all of them in the public forum. But since somebody brought up Navy Federal, a lot of people know about Navy Federal. If you go the Navy Federal route and you've been in business for at least 6 months, you have an 80 paydex score, and you have a FICO of at least a 680 FICO score, they will give you a check, and you would take that check, and then you use that to go shop around for your equipment.
That's freaking crazy.
That's when you have a 680. So when you have a 680, you've been in business for at least 6 months, you have an 80 paydex score, and you are using your personal credit and your business. Now, this is the thing about Navy Federal specifically. Navy Federal, they do an identity check and a character check, right? So they do not put it on your personal credit report, but they do with their underwriting criteria, because they're going to give you a blank check. They do look at your credit. And it's one of the determining factors when you're going through them. But when you have a business account and you go through the process of getting a business loan through them, you're able to get a business loan that's 100% on your business credit, that's not on your personal credit. You got it? Did I confuse you guys? If you guys got it, I want you to say got it.
If you got it, say that you got it.
Yeah. So, if you don't got it, I want you to say don't got it, and call in and ask a question, and we can have a conversation about it.
I have 2 callers that are actually waiting.
Okay.
Want me to pull one in?
Yeah, go ahead. Got it. Go ahead. Well, first, let me interact with the guy. So Blue Asphalt says got it. Official Willis says got it. Father D says got it. Charles says got it. Dorian West says got it. Thank you for participating, Dorian. Thank you so much for participating, guys. We got 112 people watching live right now, and we only have 50 thumbs up. Wow. Do we really? We have 5 thumbs down too. So do we really have over 50 people that are hating, that are just lurking? Out of all of this information that I'm giving, I need for y'all to get, I'm not going to start answering questions. Wait, let's leave everybody in the back room, TB. Don't bring nobody to the front to talk to me until we get at least 70, at least to 90. We got to at least get to 90 likes. Everybody hit that like button, man. And everybody share this as well. So let's keep talking, TB. So does that answer your question? TB, you still with me? Hold on. Let's see how my sound.
You sound fine, bro. You sound fine. Hold on. I'm just trying to do some stuff on the back end here. Hold on. What did you want? You want me to pull somebody in?
Not yet. We got to get to at least 90 likes. We got 112 people watching.
Yeah,
we got to get to at least 90 thumbs up. Not yet. We got to get to at least 90.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Likes. We got 112 people watching.
The likes are going up as we speak.
Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Let's see.
The likes are going up as we speak.
Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second.
There we go. Just checking the sound while y'all get these likes up. Like I said, we don't do this for play. We do this for pay. It's not going to cost you money today, but it's going to cost you interaction. Hit that like button and hit that share button.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I was handling some stuff on the back end here.
Okay, we up to 70. We up to 70.
Yes, we're up to 72. Like I said, it's climbing.
And one more thumbs down. Okay, good stuff. Shout out to the hater.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's some triage on the back end because we're getting some of your lighter skin brigade that's coming in and not liking your previous problems.
Okay.
Real quick, the next person we have to call in is Anthony Wilson. I'm hoping he has his question together and ready to go. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, Anthony, how you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling real good. Every time you come on, I make sure I'm here. You be throwing some good stuff. I just clicked on the Patreon, so I really didn't have no questions. I'm already just sucking it in, but I just want to say, man, TB, man, sometimes you be doing it, man. I love it. I love it, man. You doing your thing, but I'm just in the back in the Patreon just listening, sucking everything in, driving my truck. So that's all I'm doing, bro.
All right. If you have a question,
that's good stuff. Well, Anthony, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you for supporting TB, and I appreciate you for showing the support and the love because the hate is real. So if the hate is real, that means the love has got to be even more real. So we appreciate that, Ant.
Victor Reed, what is your question?
Hey, Dean, how you doing?
I am winning, Victor. How are you doing, my man?
I can't complain. We woke up this morning. Can't complain.
Yes, sir. You got another day to make it, make a million. Another day to make it better.
Exactly. I just wanted to know, would you be able to be my business consultant?
Yes, that's what I do. If you want to hire me and you want me to be your mentor and your business coach, what you would need to do, you could do two things. You can either call this number. It's 800-867-7941. That's 800-867-7941. That's the number to our office. Or you can go to Dean Cole Coaching.
Okay.
And set up it's called the 5-hour strategy session. So it's basically we have depending on which. Well, first I really want before I commit to being your mentor and your coach, I want to at least do one-on-one session first because I have to make sure that what you want is realistic. I have to make sure that you have realistic expectations. I need to make sure that I'm able to give you what it is that you want and that you need. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do a one-on-one coaching session. And after you do a one-on-one coaching session, then if we agree, then you would do a 5-hour strategy session. And basically what that is that we have 5 one-on-one sessions where we meet either every week or every other week or every month, depending on what your project is. Mm-hmm. And we meet to build to get to that point. I have people that they just kind of every 6 months, they just keep renewing because there's the different projects that they're working on, multiple streams of income, multiple projects. I've had people that have booked me for one-on-one mentorship that went from having a 480 credit score, and then they were able to buy their first home, And then after they bought their first home, then they said, okay, now I'm ready to start a business. And after they started a business, then they wanted to build more franchises. So I've been working with them on a one-on-one basis for 2 years, but it's basically the 5-hour strategy session. They just keep renewing their sessions with me.
No, that's very important. You said that, and I appreciate it because I mean, right now I keep doing young stuff. I'm young. I keep buying shoes and Jordans. You know, I'm just being young at this point. But I will need you to take me to that next level.
Well, see, this is the thing. Your desire for stuff ain't gonna go away.
Right.
That's not young people stuff. It's your desire is good. You just have to prioritize what you're doing. So what you have to do is, because when I don't buy Jordans, but I buy Louis Vuitton. I buy Jordans every now and again. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at some new J's to go with the new the MLK. You seen them? Like, I'm from Atlanta, so the MLK at the MLK Hawks jersey looks so fire.
Oh,
and I was some Jordans with the new MLK jersey. So, you know, so that being said, it doesn't go away. But what the cool thing is, you want to make purchases that's gonna increase your finances, so that when you make more money, it's gonna pay for those type of things that you want to do and pay for those type of things. So that's what you got to do. So yeah, the desire for good things, don't let nobody make you feel bad about that. But what I do want you to feel bad about is wasting it, not like putting the cart before the horse, like chasing a chick, taking a chick out to eat, or running around trying to floss on somebody, when you could take that to really floss by owning property, owning vehicles, or owning businesses or whatever. So that way you're making money in your sleep. And then when you do floss, there's no sweat off your back. You know what I'm saying? You can do it and don't have no problem with it.
Exactly. Wow, man, that's beautiful. And I love to get a one-on-one with you. And before I leave, I want to give TB your roses, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, TB. And man, keep up the good work.
No problem. I'm gonna drop the link as soon as I've dropped it in the last one, but I'm gonna drop the link in here soon for you to do your to go to the website and sign up.
I'll send it to you again, TB. I think I sent it to you last time. I think I could drop it. I could drop it in the comments because I'm a mod on the channel, so I could drop it. I think I could drop it.
Then I can highlight it. Thaddeus.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Thaddeus? How you feeling, boss?
I'm good. How y'all doing today?
We winning, my man.
Hey, first off, Mr. Cole, I just want to tell you, you dropping some gems here. You know, and if I wasn't driving, I'll be able to write them down. But I'm definitely gonna go when I park.
Yeah, come back and catch the replay, man.
Oh, definitely. You're definitely dropping gems. And TB,
yes,
great,
sir.
Big huge fan, sir. Huge fan. I appreciate what you're doing for the trucking culture. Appreciate what you're doing. Just having us out here, you make it a whole lot easier for us, sir. And the information that you give out, it's top notch. Appreciate
no problem.
you both.
Now I know you got a freebie here with Dean, and it ain't always free, so you ain't got one business question you gonna need. One?
Sure. I'm recently just started a new company with my son. We got
congratulations
to the box truck game.
Okay,
and,
that's good stuff.
I definitely want to know about funding as far as the way to get opportunities for loans and things of that nature. So I would definitely look into the link and try to have a one-on-one with you to see, what kind of funding we can do from a startup perspective. Because I've been a company driver for the last 5 years, and it was time to reach out and do my own thing. And hey, who better to do it with than my kid? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's good stuff.
And we definitely trying to grow, but the funding is to know little gems and jewels to know how we can get these.
So you already have the you're breaking up on me, buddy. I think he broke up. He lost his signal. He lost his signal. That happens a lot. We'll wait for you to come back. So he's starting a business with his kid.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, he started a business with his son. That's very good. That's why I want some sons. Like, I love my little girl. Don't get me wrong. I love my precious. She's the air that I breathe, and if she wants to come in and start to get in business with me, I am 100% okay with it. But it's just something about having your son. You know what I'm saying? Having your namesake. You know what I mean? like
Right.
having a team. But yeah, that's really, really cool.
So would you already have the LLC picked out? You have everything picked out, ready to go?
Yes, sir. We got the LLC, the authority, the insurance, everything straightened out. We looking to get some more steady work. The low
Yeah,
boys
that was
ain't
gonna
really been
ask.
our
So
friends.
yeah, so I was gonna ask how you guys doing with your contracts. You guys' contracts are pretty good and steady right now. You guys got a local. Do you have a dedicated lane, or you guys just running different routes with a broker, a freight broker? Or how you guys getting loaded up?
Strictly low boys at this point. Since our authority is fairly new, uh, we keep hearing, you have to have it about 60, 90 days for as far as getting contracts, or maybe even longer. So we just basically operating off low boys, which kind of been good and bad. It's been barely enough to stay afloat, but not very profitable at this point.
I
But we
understand.
but we definitely trying to make it a little more profitable. And we knew, so we understand the beginning stages could be a little rough coming out of our pockets for a lot of things, but we'd rather go into other people's pockets instead of our own. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, so if you do, or if you want to do a one-on-one, we can talk about some strategies to find you some good LTL loads.
Okay.
Are you, because you got dry van, so I mean you got a box truck, so that means you can do dry van, and you can, depending on the size, you can, depending on the size, you might be able to can fool around with some heavy equipment. So it depends. Yeah, we can have a strategy about how you. What state are you in?
I'm out of North Carolina.
North Carolina. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Oh my gosh, you need to. Oh my gosh, for a fact, you can get a contract for medical. Did you get your hazmat?
No, sir. I have not. I haven't got that yet.
Okay, you got to get your hazmat immediately. I want you to get
Okay.
your hazmat immediately. They are hunting for for medical transport, hunting for medical LTL loads out of North
Okay.
Carolina, out of that Raleigh area, out of that Raleigh Durham area, out of that Greensboro area, Charlotte, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
we just gotta we just need to sit down and talk, and let's see exactly how you're structured. I can help you with what I know about resources for some LTL loads, as well as getting you some financing for your equipment, as well as for your fuel and maintenance and different things like that. Working
Okay.
capital.
Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that.
And
You're
I
very
And we
welcome.
out of the Durham area, so that it,
Are you
that
out of
that
the
would work
Raleigh
out
Durham
perfect.
area? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's good. So what? So Wilson and all of that. All, yeah, man. They looking for. Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, you sitting close to a gold mine. You're not that far away from ECU too. You sitting on a gold mine.
hmm
If you get your hazmat, you sitting on a gold mine.
I'll
now,
be working on. I'll be working on that next week.
Thaddeus, I thank you for being into the Patreon and seeing the actual value in it, and for it to help you go forward. I hope you call in more so we can hear the updates and see how you and your son is doing, because that's that blue collar excellence that we like.
That's that blue collar excellence that we love. Absolutely.
I appreciate that, TB.
No,
Appreciate that, Mr. Cole, and I'll be definitely getting in contact with you soon.
no
Thank
problem.
you so much.
Don't do drugs and be happy. I got me a couple questions, man.
I got some answers for you, boss.
Wow. Oh, all right, Dorian. I got you. I got you then, Dorian. Ariane Melton, I don't think you are. Read the private chat. Listen, okay. This is the thing that it gets glossed over, and you've told me this years ago. And I was offended and appalled that this is not public stuff. So you're the underwriter.
Yes.
I done started me a business. I went up there, I went to LegalZoom, got me a LLC, the whole nine. Got my own card, all that stuff. I send in to get a loan with you, and Dean No Good Tail kicks the loan back. Now, I have the cell phone that I got from T-Mobile, is what I put on the loan application.
Mm-hmm.
I put getting to the biddies Gmail on the email.
Yeah.
And for my website, I put my Instagram link.
Yeah.
Now tell me what I did wrong.
All right. All three of those things are wrong. When you go to you got to think of it. You got to think of it like this: when you go for a job interview, or when you go apply for a bank, for a loan for a bank, you have to look at it just like you are applying for a job. You have to put your best foot forward. You got to be suited and tied up. Even though I don't have on a tie right now, because it's been a long day. But matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure I start wearing ties. But you have to make sure you put your best foot forward, and not only put your best foot forward in the eyes of the bank. There's something that's called the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, right? So people say, oh, they discriminated against me because I was black, or they discriminated against me because I was white. It's reverse racism. Or they discriminated against me because I'm Indian, or they discriminated against me because I'm a woman, or they discriminated against me because I'm gay, or they discriminated against me because I'm transsexual. But no, they discriminated against you because of your credit worthiness. I want everybody to type down credit worthiness. The Equal Credit Opportunity Act, the ECOO, basically states that you are able to discriminate against a business based on its credit worthiness. You're able to discriminate against a person based on its credit worthiness, because banks used to discriminate against people based on all those things I just said. But after the Equal Credit Opportunity Act came out, they wiped it away. And the problem is that most people don't know that, because it came out in the 70s and the 80s. And so what we do in our culture, in the blue collar culture and the blue collar community, we listen to the grapevine like it's the gospel. Because my cousin Jimbo and Trisha told me, so this is what it is, instead of understanding the truth. So what happens is that because of the insurgence of the entrepreneur, and in our society, we are the ones where we like to get out, go get it, and come back with it. There's not been any more entrepreneurs like it has been with with Generation X and beyond. So Generation X is the generation of the 2000s. So everybody that was Generation X in 2000 had an uncle or an auntie or a cousin that was a baby boomer. And the baby boomers in the 70s had to deal with that discrimination. But in the 80s, that's when they indoctrinated the new laws, and they don't have to deal with those anymore. Okay, so that's the reason why so many people are afraid to go and apply, and they are afraid to actually try to get a business loan, and they only use their personal credit, or they perpetuate that lie that they turned us down because of the color of my skin or because of my sexual proclivity. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It got all to do with the fact that you use that bootleg T-Mobile phone. And when we ran it through the computer system, it came up as a cell phone. Did not come up as a business landline.
But my Gmail's good though. What about my Gmail? Everybody use Gmail. What's wrong with Gmail?
It has all to do with the fact that you used a novelty third-party email provider instead of a business-grade executive email service. Let me give you an example. If your business is, what did you call it? What was the email address you said you used?
Getting to the biddies.
Getting to the biddies. Getting to the biddies at gmail.com. If you use getting to the biddies, if you used CEO at gettingtothebiddies.com, or if you used contact us at, or contact, or info at, or register at getintothe.biddies.com, then that shows that is a business professional. Even though Getting to the Biddies, let's say Getting to the Biddies, BD stands for honeybees, and you are a beekeeper. So when you go to type in www.getintothe.biddies.com, you see a beehive, and you see a person with one of those smoker things on, and the what is the thing called, the beekeeper outfit on. So you see getintothe.biddies.com, and there's okay, they're a beekeeper. So what happens is that, but not only that, the computer, when the computer software system is called an AUS, an automatic underwriting engine. The automatic underwriting engine will look at your email, and if it is a Gmail or Yahoo, a iCloud, or a Hotmail, it's instantly going to red flag it and reject it as high risk because you're using, a novelty third party instead of using a primary business email account.
Now, are those email accounts known for scams? Is that why they don't touch it?
That's a very good question. No, that's why they don't touch PO boxes. So if you put a PO, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can be the most Christian in this, non-drinking in this, non-partying in this, being a virgin, never looked at nothing wrong in your life. But if you apply for a loan and you use a PO box as your address, you will have a fraud alert, not a red flag, but an actual fraud alert put on your profile. I want everyone to say fraud alert. A fraud alert will be instantly put on your profile, and anytime you apply for anything, you're going to have to go through manual underwriting and you're going to get scrutinized. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to deny you to see if you're going to come back again to verify your identity.
Right.
Because there's a fraud alert. The reason why is because PO boxes, unfortunately, have been used as frauds. The second thing is phone numbers. Now, if you use a Google Voice number, instant fraud alert. If you use a Google Voice, you can't get approved for a stick of bubble gum.
Wow, a Google Voice. Everybody got a Google Voice.
Yep, everybody got a Google Voice, but not every business does.
Shots.
Yep, every scammer, every drug dealer, every woman of the night, every male masseur, all got a Google. All of them got a Google.
Dean, why you come with a 1935 explanation for a prostitute? A woman? He took it back to Louis Armstrong on that. A woman of the night.
All of them, they all got a Google Voice. But there are services that you can use, whereas you call my phone.
He about to give y'all
the services that you use where it will ring to your office phone and then it would ring to your cell phone. And they have apps where you can actually go directly from your cell phone as if you're calling out. It's called call forwarding. It's a feature. That's a feature that businesses have been using since the beginning of time. So people use that excuse. Well, I'm always out. I need a Google Voice because it go to my phone. No, that's laziness, and you are ignorant. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. I'm ignorant on a lot of things, but that's because you're choosing to do it. So no, you're able to have a business phone line and have call forwarding to where it will automatically forward to your cell. And they have apps that are just like Google Voice, but they are business grade services that will allow you to call out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody talks about using Ring Central. Ring Central is the most expensive one to use. They are service and they have gotten sloppy and they no longer index you with 411 directory like they should. So it's always a waste of time. You want to make sure if you do get a third-party provider that does a voice over IP service, you want to make sure that they index you in the bank's databases and also index you in the directory as a business phone line. That's one of the things that we do when we're building businesses for clients or building corporations for clients or doing coaching, is that we put you in the bank's databases so that way you get automatic approvals to where, like, I had somebody, I was live on my channel and an underwriter literally called, was like, we have $50,000 for such and such. And I called him and I was like, such and such wants to give you $50,000. And he was like, I got 60 right now. I don't need it. And the way these things happen is because your business is set up the proper way and you're sent to the index. If you're put in the business database. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're put in the pre-approved list because lenders get paid commission when they close loans. Banks get paid percentage and interest when you get a loan. So they want to give you money. So people say they don't want to give you money. That's a lie. They can't wait to give you money. Hold on for a second. Talk to me, bro. Hello? Okay. All right. Somebody just called me, and if they called me,
No.
yeah, I have to answer the phone because we got multiple businesses.
Yeah,
But
Dorian,
nevertheless,
go hold
what I
on.
was gonna-
Keep going.
yeah, but what I was going to say was, um, they give you. There's a short list, and you want to get on that short list, and they will just throw money at you. So that being said, that's the reason why you have to make sure that you structure your business the proper way and stack your business the right way. Because if you stack your business the right way, then you're always going to have people wanting to give you money. So to do a quick recap, the reason why they turned you down was because one, you use that rusty prepaid T-Mobile. Then you use that get into the biddies at gmail.com. You didn't use a professional email address that's attached to your website. And thirdly, you will instantly get a fraud alert if you use a PO box and if you use a Google Voice. That's the number one sign of fraud. That's the number one sign of I'm going to buy everything I want from your company and never pay you back.
Listen, and people, I know y'all. A lot of people got a Google Voice. A lot of people got the. I mean, with Google, it's such a monopoly that you just have it and you think, oh, this is good enough, and then when you get to the official people, they're just gonna just say you're not approved, and this little stuff like this stop you. Little teeny things that you wouldn't even think would stop you. Now, there's 15 more things that will stop you that you would have to talk to Dean about on a one-on-one, because I don't know them. When I get information from Dean, I don't hold it so I can regurgitate it to people. I don't do that. Usually when me and Dean talk, it's I'm about to do something and I'm like, I'm about to do this, and I get a yay or nay or what to do. That's how it is. I'm not trying to probe him to come up with my own class on business. I'm not I'm not trying to purposely do shots. They're everywhere. Anyway, Dorian West, you have a question.
Yes, sir.
What is your question, big dog?
What's
Well,
up,
firstly, how you
Talk to
doing,
me.
man? Firstly, I
I'm
wanna thank you for taking the time out your day to give us this information. This is like for real golden information. And thanks, TB, you always holding it down for us, getting us the information we need and we ask for. I appreciate it, bro.
No problem.
My question, I actually have two. My first question is, when we go out and get this LLC, what status is best for us to get the LLC in, like, S corp, C corp? Which one would be better for us, like with like a single truck or multi trucks, a fleet? The second question would be, when we like registering our business and everything, with the phone numbers and stuff like that, like, would it be better for us to get a local number or a toll free number when we doing it?
That's a very good question. Two very good questions. So the first question is, so LLC is a business entity. S corporation is a business entity. A C corporation is a business entity, and an INC or corp is a business entity. So a LLC is just that, a LLC. You can't get a LLC and then get other things. So I want to make sure you get the lingo together so that way. So when you're talking to a banker, they'll know that you're informed because you're talking the right lingo. So what I suggest that you do is you get an LLC. A LLC stands for limited liability company, and you want to have limited liability. It's going to make sure you're legal, and it's also going to make sure you're bankable. So you want to get an LLC. Don't worry about getting an INC or S corp or C corp. I don't suggest that you do so because it's more difficult to do so. You have to write your articles of incorporation, but when you get an LLC, you don't have to do that. Now, if you want to hire us to do it for you, the best thing is to get an S corporation, and we'll write the articles of incorporation for you and give you $1 million worth of stock certificate. But just for you, the basics, the basics one-on-one to make sure that you're legal and bankable is to get an LLC. That's the first thing. Second thing is the phone number. The local, you can get a toll-free number, or you can get a local number. If you go through, there's certain companies like I was just mentioning that you go through that will give you a number that can forward or port over. It doesn't matter if it's an 800 number or if it's a local number. What matters the most is if it is registered with the with the directory, with the business directory, and that it is caught up in the bank's databases. And the way that you make sure you do that is by going, there's certain companies that I suggest that you go through. And if you were to hire me for one-on-one coaching or sessions, that I can provide you with those details. But I will say, do not use Google Voice. Do not use Ring Central. The reason why don't use Ring Central is because Ring Central does give you call forwarding, and they also allow you to call out on you from your cell phone, and it looks as if it's your landline. The thing that they don't do, that they stop doing, is they stop putting you in the bank's databases, and they stop putting you in the local directory. So now you have to physically do it yourself. And that's something that they don't tell you, but that's something that you have to physically do yourself. But whereas other providers are out there that will allow you to do so. And so there are two other providers that I recommend that does that for you. And you might as well get it done for free if you're getting a service through them. So, but it doesn't matter whether it's an 800 number or a local number. Now, the difference is marketing. If you are a local driver or a regional driver, or if you are doing like lawnmower, if you're doing like lawn care, or you're doing medical delivery services locally, you want to get a local number. If you're OTR and you're going to be regional, you want to get a toll-free number because it matches. It makes sense.
Okay.
You follow me? And
Yeah,
that's just
I
for
got
a marketing aspect. That's just for the aspects of marketing, hiring, and getting clientele.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. It does. It does. I appreciate it, man.
You're very, very welcome.
Okay. Listen, I appreciate you for calling in, Dorian. I'm gonna put you in the queue. You know how to hit the private chat if you think of something else you want to ask.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No problem. Part of the benefits of being in the Patreon, Rich or whoever, can y'all drop the Patreon link? This is the thing that I think about in my community while we're taking a minute and getting the metrics up. We're at 98 likes. Be nice if we can get to 120. I don't want to take this off. It's nice if we can get to 120. This is what I want for the community. This is the link to sign up for the Patreon for you to get this type of game and to be able to talk directly to these people all the time. I want the community to be the most educated, not only just in business, but in other things that we discuss. I want them to be the most informed, because when you're in a community that is informed, educated, and well-funded, that's what they like to call trickle down economics and all that type of stuff. A lot of people who understand the revolutionary principles, which don't have to be explained right now, they understand that, well, as we calling it right now, the blue collar need to be organized and understand the basics. The fact that you may have a great idea may be great. You may be somebody who doing what you're supposed to do. And even if it's a salacious thing like the booty meat train, and you got a nice bus, and you go from strip club and marriage venue and all that, and it's like, the one bus is good, I need to get another one. And that's where usually small businesses crap out, because now I got to figure out how I'm going to come up with another $70,000, $80,000, $100,000, which will be probably easy because you have 70% of everything you need. But the email says Booty Meat Train Gmail or something stupid.
Something small like that. Yep.
Because you just don't know any better. You hitting them with your baby mama phone number. You got to have all that stuff right. Another thing that you touched on too that most people don't really think about, that some of these underwriters look at, is they check out your website.
Yes, they do. They check out your website. Not only do they check out your website, there's actually technologies called Panda, where so two ways it happens. Two things happen. So thing number one is there's something that's called an AUS, which is an automatic underwriting system. The automatic underwriting system will take your file information, and the computer will check you out before it gets to a person. The computer checks you out. And then what will happen is that the computer is going to give you a printout. And if it gives you a printout, it'll give you a check, as if if all things are past the computer rating.
Right.
And one of those things is credit is your credit worthiness or your visibility on your website and industry. So there's certain industries that certain lenders will not lend on automatically. It will be considered a high risk industry.
Like
so then what'll happen is, say that again.
Like the marijuana industry or something.
Exactly. Like a marijuana industry, like a trucking industry, like the nightclub industry, the real estate investing industry, anything that says Bitcoin right now. Hold on for a second. Y'all want to hear something? This is underwriting right now calling me. Let's see how it is live. Here we go.
Yo.
What up, Chet? Talk to me, boss.
Yo, what's the flavors, man? I was just calling you back, man. My bad.
It's okay. I know you had a crazy day.
Yeah, no, weekend, man. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah, but everything is past now, a little bit. What's going on?
I was calling you about all of the loans that we had submitted. We had submitted 3, and there's one more that we need to submit as well. She sent over her bank documentation. Excuse me. She sent over her bank documentation 2 days ago, but I didn't even submit it.
How do you get 3? You mean 1 plus the guy that said no to the contract? You mean?
The one that said no to the 50,000.
Which he still hasn't changed his mind or nothing yet.
He still hadn't changed his mind. I'll give him a call back to see if he wants the 50. Then how did they say how long the 50,000 is good for?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always 30 days.
The contract is good for 30 days. Okay. The other one is the trucking guy for 70,000.
I'm gonna send that over to some more places too, man. Because the first one, I sent it the same amount of places that I did on the first deal, but I remember I never heard back from that first deal too. And I was supposed to just sit down and see where I didn't send it and just do that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just call you back a little later on tonight and I'll give you an update on that. But you said, well, wait a minute, you had left me a message before that said he said he had another offer stuff?
Yeah, he got another offer for 70,000. So
he was sending his place, other place, sending his
well, yeah, I don't know if it was a trigger lead. You know how when we submit it to the bank and how they get the trigger lead. So it wasn't an automatic approval because he also said that before he sent his docs in, he wanted to see what our final numbers were first. So I know he's getting antsy.
Got you. All right. Well, just let him know. Just call him, right, and tell him that you'll try to have an answer from before 5 o'clock tomorrow, before close of business tomorrow. And just tell him that. So at least we'll have that time. And tell him you think we can get him better than that anyway, and possibly a monthly payment like he wants, because that's what he was saying, right?
Yeah, that is what he wants. You think we can get him more than 70,000? His other equipment is up too. What do you think we could get him when you looked at all the documentation?
Yeah, because if he looked like he was doing an average of about 70, we may be able to get him to like 90, depending on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
How they stretch the term out. That's what it depends on. Because sometimes what they do is they're giving him the amount of money that he can handle for that term.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
I do.
If the term is longer, then they give him more money. That's because the payment will be lower. You get it?
I got you. Got it.
So I know. That's why I said I gotta get on the phone.
Okay.
Breakout. Because what the fuck is going on with these dudes?
I don't know what's going on. Breakout has been tripping, bro. Breakout has been tripping. But one thing though, the other thing, Breakout was also the one that gave the automatic denial. Remember when they talked about the industry type? When the industry type, they gave the automatic denial when we got those emails back. Did we check on the issue of the junior? Remember the issue they had with the Social Security, making sure they needed to verify his identity because a Social Security was a junior?
I sent that back to everybody, but that's what I'm saying. But I didn't hear anything. I think that I just need to do another round. That's what I'm saying with the Social Security number, maybe even attached to it.
Okay.
Because there's always places that I didn't send it to. I just got.
Yeah, I know we send it. I know we always send it to our top people. Then after we send it to our top, then we go to the second ones. Yeah, I got you.
So I just got to go a little unconventional with it now. So, all right. So give me a second, man. I'm gonna call you back tonight.
Okay,
You gonna be up for a second?
I'm 24/7, baby. You know how we do it.
All right. So we'll work on it and give you a call back.
All right, talk to you soon. All right. And this
only here and entertainment on the Trucker Brown channel for you to actually hear how it goes, not regurgitated information, the real information for the nation and occupation. Exclusive. Hit the Cash App because listen, man, you can say, look, for now, I don't do this behind the wall. I don't want to get none of this. You understand? Listen, I did a poll because I'm learning. I got my 3 screens up.
You got your 3 screens. Okay.
3 screens up. And I did a poll. I said, do you want to see this type of content? 94% of the people said yes. Everybody hit that poll and let me know. Yeah, he did me. He dropped the F-bomb slip up, but it's all love.
Oh, did he? Oh, my bad. Did I do it or he do it? My bad.
He did it.
I don't know. My bad.
He did it. It's all
that's how the New Yorkers talk. You know what I'm saying? That's how the New York bankers talk. You know.
right. That's how they talking. You know, it's all love. It's not the end of the world. Of course, my guys are like, oh, language. Listen, it's all love. Don't worry about it. He'll hit the tip jar. What I want y'all to do is to understand that this is behind the veil. Your father. I'm about to go on a little spa rant, and you can tell me if I'm off base here, Hickamajiggy, Dean.
Teach.
Your father, your mother, your grandmother did not have cell phones in their pocket, which meant during that time, their blue collar existence, because I'm telling you, it's blue collar, period. The serpent, which is the bank, don't care nothing about nothing but what they can get off of you. They did not have access to this information. So if you had an uncle or something that had a auto mechanic joint, and he just drove around fixing people's cars, and you thinking, why didn't he pop? Why didn't he blow up? He had no financial literacy, number one. He had no access to loan information, number two. And number three, they were under the thought process of, if I can't pay for it out of my own pocket, I don't need it.
Exactly.
So
they didn't know how to scale.
They didn't know how to scale. They just thought, I'm just going to work on the people in my neighborhood and I'm good to go. They didn't think that they could buy another truck with funding and send another mechanic to the other side of Cincinnati and do the same thing and double their price. They didn't think like that. A, because they weren't taught that way. B, the information wasn't public knowledge. And C, they thought crediting, because these people were highly religious, they thought to take on debt was immoral because they really read their Bible.
Yes.
And in the Bible, it talks against even doing certain type of debt. Now, listen, I didn't mean to get religious on y'all. I'm just telling you where their mind frame was. And also some things in that book, not all, don't match the situation now. You can take that money and do some very good things. Your uncle could have took over all of Cincinnati with 4 trucks. And he could
King of Cincinnati.
And he could have died and left the whole thing to you.
Yep.
And that's what the other sector, which we're talking about, non-blue, the white collar people and the people who went to Harvard Business College in the 20s. And these people know that. And that's how they came through, did a couple things. And now your uncle's business was irrelevant because they got 45 trucks and just put them out of business.
Yep.
That's why this information is highly freaking important. Listen, people, we got to give roses to the people who actually support the content because they understand that YouTube is not in the business of trying to educate you on anything. Since Dean is not Harlem Shaking, maybe I'm showing my age. Dean is not Harlem Shaking right now. He doesn't get a priority in the algorithm. That's why it has to be crowd supported. As the great Mahat means great soul, as Mahat Umar says, the information to free you will not be free. You understand? And they're not going to give you the tools to free yourself, the blue collar, out of being promiscuity. So what I want you to do is listen to the people who actually paid support for you to even get this content. So they need to get their roses from jump. The last person to hit the Cash App and showing love was Robert Wallace. Thaddeus, who's already in the Patreon, paying his $5 a week. He's already in the Patreon. He sent even more money and said, the Info King, thank you, sir. Malik Melton, Big Knock. I don't know I think I said that right. Big Knock, Dan Smith, and Dorian West were the people who actually showed support for this type of content and say, listen, this is the type of content, this is the type of pocket we want y'all to stay in. Informative, relevant, and actually building I'm really into the healthy community building thing right now. I'm like on it up really bad. Community health. If your community is more knowledgeable, your community is more prosperous, the community can contribute more. If it's just a whole bunch of sick people with the wrong information, it's just a bunch of talking and nothing gets done. And I am not interested in that, the basic revolutionary principle. Y'all are not trying to hear what I'm trying to tell y'all. And I don't know why you're not trying to hear it, most of you. But the people that are, I'm going to give them priority and I'm going to show them their roses. I got a question for you here, Dean.
Yes, sir.
Because that is, you hit the private chat if you got something else you want to say. If you're just listening, then it's all love. I've changed my circle reward system. Have you been doing studies on this right now?
Circle reward system. No, you about to teach me something new. What's this?
All right. When you're a child, your circle reward system is different. It's, you may have hung out with Billy because he got nice shoes. You may hang out with Jim because his dad fixed the bikes. You may hang out with Johnny because he got all the young biddies.
Gotcha.
So your reward system is not really based on nothing but childish things because you're a child.
Yeah.
At 36 years old, which I am now, my reward system has moved away from charismatic. You don't have to be charismatic. You don't have to be quote unquote cool. You don't have to have a connection to the hood and have hood stripes. I'm really focusing on my reward system to be around intelligence, willingness to action, and someone who even has a desire for sense of community. Those are my new reward systems.
Give them to me again.
Intelligence,
willingness to act,
and the understanding and desire to want to build community.
Yep. That's what that's what you got to be on. Yep.
Those are the three rewards. Now, if ever, when did you say, okay, I have to change my friend reward system and what I can think is important? What time in your life did you say the normal stuff is just not enough?
When I got tired I was super duper depressed, even though I'm a big dude now, like right now. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm 10 pounds lighter. TB, going to have to catch up. I'm 10 pounds lighter since last week.
I mean,
so
I'm on that. I'm at 282. I'm at 287 from 291 when I got on the track.
When I got on the track, I was at 350. Now I am 335, I believe, 335. I know I'm 6'4". I know. But anyway, the point is, I was close to 400 pounds. I was depressed. I was sick and tired of people say, "Yo, sick and tired of being sick and tired," and I was tired of because even though I was 400 pounds, I looked good. But I was tired of being depressed, and I was tired of not being happy and working for other people. And that's when I really got on my fitness journey. Like I said, I got all the way down, like my smallest, like when I was 3, like when I first started YouTube and everything, and I was doing my consulting firm, I was doing my thing, I was down to 315. I was down to 315. So when you saw me with all them tailor suits on, I was 315. And what I did was started my own firm, dropped weight, was going to the gym, was eating right. I was super duper focused, and I got the right type of medicine that I needed too. This is something that's very important. So mental health and chemical imbalances are very real. So something that I don't talk about, I really don't talk about it much, but I had thyroid cancer. Most people don't know this about me. That's one reason why it's kind of hard for me to lose weight. But I don't have a thyroid. So my thyroid is completely gone. And so also because I don't have a thyroid, I have ADD. I have adult ADD. It's hard for me to focus. So that's how come I'm always like focus and nail down. So I needed to go through and do all the stupid tests. I knew I had adult ADD. I knew it was hard for me to focus. I used to change women like I changed my shoes, and I changed my shoes like a rich dude. So it was like, man, I knew that I needed to focus. So I got on Adderall. I went talked to a family therapist, psychiatrist, talked to a psychiatrist. They asked me about my family makeup and all that good stuff. Asked me about how it was for me in school and all the other stuff, and asked me about my family lineage. And then they said, well, yep, you got adult ADD. I said, duh. So now because the thing about it is that in other countries it's difficult. In the Dominican Republic and other countries, they make it, if you need help and you want help, they make it easy to get. But because of the FDA and a lot of extra regulations and stupid stuff that ain't got nothing to do with, because the health system in the United States, they care about treating you. They don't care about curing you. They just want to make as much money off of you as they can. But the point that I'm trying to make is I went through and jumped through all of the hoops that I needed to jump through so that I can get Adderall, so that it can help me focus. And once I did that and I took away all excuses, the age that I was when all of this happened, I want to say, like right now, I'm 39. I want to say all of this happened when I was 26. Is when I said I can't take it no more. Like I need to be the best version of myself. Like around 26 years old.
Dang, that's earlier than me. That's earlier. Yeah. I started researching at 26 and trying to become conscious and trying to. That's when I understood that homeostasis was a goal.
Yes.
Because before then, I didn't know what that word meant. I just thought it was. I didn't know what it meant. I just heard it before the movie. But basically, in layman's terms, complete mental, physical, and spiritual harmony. Some people would say.
Getting back to the place of being level.
Yeah,
getting
just level.
Place of level. Yep.
I think the Scientologists call it clear. You know, I was just trying to get to that point, and I had to realize that in moving towards that point, it was conflicting with negative people that were around me. They were almost, and this is going to blow your mind, they were offended at the goal that you had. They're offended that you're trying to be clear. They're offended. Because once you start doing things and you're proving that this is works and this is right, you're in the same time simultaneously proving them wrong in their mind, and they rebel against it. Then you wonder why people just try to trip you up for no reason. Dean's on a diet. They come over there. They got a whole wedding cake waiting there for them. It's
listen to me. Talk about some. Ooh, don't you want some of this? Yeah. Like, don't it smell good? Like, man, you don't get out my face.
Like frosting. Like, come on now. Yep. So it's one of those situations that you had to get to the. And another thing too is understanding. Do you understand? And can you read true support? Someone supporting you. When someone supports you, say, "Hey, man, listen, bro. Hey, do your thing." That's not support.
That's not.
That's just, I really don't agree with you, and I just want you to stop talking about yourself. Understanding true support, understanding true information that will affect your life eventually. That's why we go on these news articles and figure out what's going on and try to give the people, the blue collar, who's probably not even reading these news articles, because these news articles go viral. But if you're not a reader, you don't catch it. You only see video viral. There's multiple ways to go viral.
Yep, it is.
This article we just read is on the first and second page of Google for the world. This thing went viral. And if you're a person who don't read, as the old man told me, if you want to hide something,
put it in the book.
Put it in a book.
Yep.
That's why when people, they're not gonna read it. They're not gonna look in there. Now, if you would have put it in the refrigerator, they'd have found it.
They're gonna be right there. They're gonna find it. They gonna find it.
The old man told me, say, "Hey man, take that wrench and reach around there, put it in the box." And I said, "I can't find the box." He said, "If I put hair on it, you would have found it." I didn't know what that meant. I didn't hair be on a box. I don't get it. It took me 8 years to turn 17 years old to be like, I get it. That was good. That was good. Yeah. That's why I try to tell y'all, don't drink alcohol. Now, I'm not telling you never can drink alcohol. I'm just understanding that this is a vice. First of all,
it's a distraction. Listen. I'm gonna tell you, you have to the number one best-selling book of all time that taught me to be the best business coach that I know. It says to set aside every sin and every weight that might so easily beset you. Now, let me explain what that means. So everybody knows the sins. We ain't gonna judge you, but it says sins and weights. What are weights? Weights are the distractions that are going to keep you down from achieving your goal. A weight could be a toxic relationship with a chick that will suck your soul out and make your eyes roll back and make you feel like you're great, but she will leave you 32 messages because you were busy at your restaurant and you couldn't answer the phone. Those are weights. The weights are things like you got a man, ladies or man, whichever's clever. You got a man in your life,
Right.
and he wants to borrow your car every 5 minutes, wants to borrow your debit card, will hit on all of your girlfriends and stay on their Instagram, liking their bikini pictures and liking they booty pictures, stressing you out so that you can't focus at work. But he make you feel good, he make your back turn, and he pull your hair and make you feel like you was 8 years old and all that stuff in the bed. But it's a toxic relationship. That is a weight. A weight can be overeating, eating too much sugar, eating too much, drinking too much coffee, drinking too much Coca-Cola. That, let me tell you something, a crazy thing that happened to me. Real talk, TB. I cannot eat pepperoni anymore. I told my brother I can't eat pepperoni no more. If I eat pepperoni, it's going to cause major heartburn in my stomach. Doggone Little Caesar came out with his brand new pepperoni in the crust pizza. I know for a fact that I can't eat pepperoni. I called and got a pepperoni lovers pizza from Domino's, delivered to the house, and I was literally sick for 3 days. That's not a sin. It's not a sin because Dean ate pepperoni. No, but it's a weight because now I'm performing at my best. I'm stopping myself from reaching my goal, and now I can't sleep at night because I feel like I'm about to throw up every 5 minutes because my heart burns so bad because of GERD.
Yeah,
but all because of that small weight that's in my life. That weight can keep you down. So see, distractions, you have to understand things that are distractions. So when TB says that, he says don't do drugs and don't drink. You know what I'm saying? Those are weights because you can drink, just don't get drunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can get something to ease your mind and to relax you. You know what I'm saying? To get you high, so you can put the alien emoji on your story. You can do those things. It's from the earth. You're fine, but it's a distraction. When those things call you more than being successful calls you, that's a distraction.
The biggest one is sex, though.
The biggest one is
the biggest one.
I wouldn't say sex. I would say it's appetite, bro. I would say it's appetite because not just sex.
Maybe in Dominican Republic, but in America, the most money and is being spent towards sex. Men buy cars for sex. People cut.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Sex. People jump on there. If you look at a person's Instagram, it's just a auction block for you to have sex with them. That's all. Now, the most damage from the medical field and money spent, I will give you appetite, is because appetite is what's contribute to all the dialysis machine places and the cancer, and that's where all that stuff comes from. So if you combine two things, because what are the two things Americans are known for? Over appetite and sex.
Overeating. Yep. Overeating, overweight, and over sexualized.
Over sexualization. So these are the two things I try to tell people when I say don't do drugs, don't have promiscuous sex. It's not telling you not to have sex at all. Promiscuous sex is different than a healthy sexual relationship. That's totally different. Yeah. A promiscuous sex is just you're out there working out your own childhood issues in the bedroom with multiple people, passing that toxic mess around. You don't have to do that. And this is the thing too. If you were focused on doing what you were doing, you wouldn't have time. You would not. You don't have that many hours in the day. 24 hours is not a bunch of hours.
It is not enough, bro. 24 hours a day is not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Man, you're gonna get to a point of watching it. I don't want to ruin it for you.
Right.
But episode 6, just remember this conversation. 24 hours. Health had to start doing something. 24 hours is not enough, bro.
It's not enough time, man.
Not enough time.
How can Dean jump on here, talk to us? Okay. How can Dean jump on here, talk to us, run his consulting firm, run his cigar line, run his brand, and make sure that the restaurant is at tip-top shape and have a relationship?
And be a father.
And be a father. And be Hugh Hefner all over Domingo at the same time. You can't do it. Not enough time. He would have to split himself into 4 people.
It's hard, bro.
So now this comes back to what? And I hate to harp on this. It comes back to one thing. Now Dean has to do something every adult has to do, which is he has to get, what are my priorities? Now what my priorities are.
Got to get your priorities together.
What are my priorities? Let's break it down. What are my priorities? Is my priorities is to be successful and do better? Then guess what? crazy appetite, vices, and sex are going to fall on the. They're going to start going down. They're going to start going down. That's one thing that happens in trucking is that you work so much, you'll lose your appetite for drinking and drugging because you don't have time to do it.
Your desire to be successful will kick in. And also being a workaholic is a real thing too. That's part of my problem. Being a workaholic is a real thing too. So you got to have balance. You know what I'm saying? You got to have balance. You know, you have to. But the only problem is that the workaholic thing is like it's
dangerous.
It's dangerous, bro. Like I was looking at myself. Like I told you, what did I tell you? I was looking at myself. Was it you? We was just talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I was looking at myself, and I was like, I don't like how I look because I was looking so stressed out. Yeah, this is when we were talking about being fresh. Right. I was like, I was looking so like I got to take care of myself. Like I can't be working so hard, working so much, and then I'm not living my best life. I don't like myself when I look at myself. I don't think I'm handsome anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I look like a wildebeest, or I look and got wrinkles all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's not good, man. That's not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Bags under the eyes, you can't duck them.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's not cool.
The discoloration in your skin. There's a lot of things that come from when you don't sleep. It messes with your adrenals. It messes with your you get sick more.
Which is another thing when we talked about, and I need this. I need to get a breathing machine so I can sleep better at night. I could just go to my pharmacy and get one here in the Dominican Republic. You know that. I could just literally go. If they had them in stock, I just go buy one. But in the United States, you gotta get on the waiting list for 5 months. Then you gotta pay $350 to $1,000 for a sleep study, and then you gotta wait 45 days for the doctor's prescription to come back just for you to get a breathing machine that you know that you need.
And the machine in America, that machine has payments. That thing is $700-800. When you go to the league, the trucking company that we talk about the most, they pay $13 to $25 a week for that machine. It's not free.
Wow.
But the sleep that people get, they say it changes their life.
Bro, I need to get one. I've been BSing. I've been playing around. Because here I can get it for $300.
Wow.
I was actually thinking about doing another business of buying them and selling them because of that. Because I guess like $1,000 profit. You know what I'm saying? You sell them for like $1,300. I thought about it, but
yeah, but see, you would have to.
I don't want to do all that because my heart's not in it.
You would have to do
it again.
You have to do the awareness because most people reject even using them. I don't need that thing. I don't need. But then, they're not realizing that thing is going to up your sleep 40-50%. You will feel like a complete new human being after you use that.
That's what everybody keeps saying, bro, and that's why I really want to. I really know I need one bad. I want to get one bad. I really want to get one bad, and I just been BSing. I've been making excuses.
You got to take care of yourself, man. Hold on. We seem to have a caller here. 1011. What's going on?
Greetings and salutations, gentlemen. How are you doing?
How are you doing, Miss 1011? She is a new client of ours. She heard the show last week, and she is a new client of ours. How are you doing today, Miss 1011 Trucking?
I'm doing good. It's Erica. Nice to talk to you again, Dean. Appreciate everything you've been doing. I do have a question.
You're very welcome. Is your husband there too?
Yeah, he's here. I got it on Bluetooth so we don't have an echo, but he's absolutely here.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't do anything without him, so we are one. What can I say? So, question: we've had Ring Central since February of this year.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, based on our consultation, we did get a Freedom Voice number.
Yes, ma'am.
We just needed to know where we need to update it. So, do we update it with Dun & Bradstreet? And if so,
yes.
Are there additional places that we need to update?
That's a very good question. Yes. So you just need to update. When you update all the other things that we talked about in your session to update with Freedom Voice, you update it there. You also need to update it with Google because Google had your Ring Central number. You want to update that with your Google account. As far as industry goes, as far like the Secretary of State is not listed there. Your EIN number is not listed there. But when it comes to the bank reporting system, you want to make sure that you do your I update or your E update with Dun & Bradstreet and update it there.
Okay, so give them the new phone number because we did go ahead and get a second.
That's good. And also, once you
So
have
we're just
that
gonna
updated, it
use
will
the new
also
number, I
automatically
guess, in
go to
those
Experian
places and
Business.
keep the Ring Central.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. I was over talking you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
perfect. Good deal.
Uh-uh,
Thank
she has a delay. She has a delay in her the data's low, so she's getting it later than we are. She's
In
not
real time.
right. But thank you so much, Erica. I hope that answered your question.
thank you.
Uh, do
You're
not
very welcome.
do drugs. Be happy. Listen, people. According to the poll, 92% of people want this type of content. 8% of people do not. But we know who won that poll.
Shout out to the 8%.
Yeah, shout out to the 8%. I'm gonna go ahead on. I appreciate you for calling in, Dean, and doing what you got to do. I'm not gonna hold you up all day. We did 2 hours.
It's been 2 hours, man, and it seemed like we just started talking, man.
No, sir. We had 145.
That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
we blew through it. There's no one else who else got to call in. Everybody else who will be calling in, I guess they will be hitting that link to talk to Dean. Like I said, I want to give a shout out to the people who did support it for the time being now. Dorian West, Dan Smith, Big Knock, Malik Thaddeus, and Robert Wallace were the only people who put up for this type of content. The only people who put up for this
Thank
type
you guys so much.
We thank you for putting up for this content and not doing drugs. Dean, what are you doing for the rest of the day? You good to go, or you still got work to do?
Oh, I still got some work to do. Like I gotta I gotta give my the underwriter a call back. He's gonna give me a call back in a little bit. We have some loans that we gotta go over. Um I might I do have a vlog that I need to put up, and then also I have a friend of mine that I might want to spend some time with. I hadn't spent time with lately.
I know that it must be nice. Listen, don't do drugs. Be happy. Make sure you're not having promiscuous sex and drinking alcohol too much. Another thing, too, a big drug you need to duck is sugar. Sugar is worse than cocaine, people. You don't know that, but it's the truth. Thanks for calling in, Dean. We will see you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
All day, every day. Thank you so much, Gene.
You have a good one, man.
Dean came in and gave us the drip, talked to us about what we needed to talk to. Nobody was interested in supporting him being on here any longer. So if it's no support for it, then it goes. No freebies off the jump. Real quick. Al Kanai, you just called in?
Yeah, it's all good. I missed it. I'm gonna do the replay and get his number and go ahead and set things up with him because I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to be in debt after tax season because it's gonna be interesting.
I put the link in the private chat. You can just hit the link.
Will do. I'll definitely do that, man. I'll definitely do that.
No problem. Let me know. Thaddeus, did you get everything you needed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's great, man. I'm looking forward to hear how the father and son thing is going, man. I want to hear about that in the next couple of weeks or months.
I'll definitely keep you updated.
No problem, man. Don't do drugs. Be happy. Listen, now we're at the other portion of the show. We took care of the title. We took care of the title. Talked to the people about what they needed to get done. The people with real business came in. Took around. Can I rewatch this discussion? But why wouldn't you be able to rewatch it? You can rewatch anything you want, Adam. We had a good conversation and we broke it down. That's what it's for. As they say, when they want you to do the right thing in building your channel, they say create value. I'm trying to create as much value as possible for you. If you do not understand where the value comes from or how it can be used, you need to do some studying. You need to do some reading. You need to figure out exactly what it is you're trying to achieve. KDM. I don't remember you sending me a super chat. What was your question? I don't remember you sending me a super chat. What was your question? Did I miss something? I don't want to bounce out without hitting you up. What did you send? We'll wait for his question. Dean always coming through with the drip. Exactly. We'll wait on his question because I want everybody to be taken care of. I want everybody to be taken care of. Like I said, the new gear we're switching to, it's not going to be a popular one. It's not going to be a popular one. Why is that, Trucker Brown? Because it's going to be getting in the tail of people who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's not going to be, it's not going to be popular. He did ask a question. Okay, what was the question? We're waiting on the question now. What is the question? I'm taking this time to just wait for this guy to come up with his question. I don't hear nothing. We are waiting. We are waiting. We are waiting. I'm making this just for you, bro. Just for what's his name? I was asking about what CC is best for you to use for transfer personal credit to business credit. Yeah, that is definitely a Dean question. Yeah, you just got to catch him next Tuesday, man. I didn't see it. That's my fault. I didn't see it, and I sincerely apologize for not getting that question. But I dropped the link for you to call him if you want to call him and get a one-on-one with that, because that's definitely something that he would know. With so many messages coming through on all the three screens I got, I must have missed it. But like I said, his link's right there. You can call and talk to him. That's why I'm trying to make this stuff start between 10 and 1 o'clock every day. So you know when to be in here, so you can actually be in and correspond with what's going on and not have to, wait and watch a replay and all this other stuff. You won't have to do any of those things. That's what it's all about. It's a delay in the chat. Yeah, it is a delay in the chat. Big time. I thank y'all for coming through. The point is to do better. The point